Hello and welcome to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. Sorry for the delay. As you can see, this week we are all remote, so it took us a little bit to get ready. Now that we are here, we are joined as always by Juicebox and Matt. Matt's video, I assume, is not working currently. Hopefully he will begin on video later, but we can definitely hear him, so no issue.
Holla.
Alrighty,
Let's go.
Matt, starting with
Rangers.
you, bro. It's your week for trivia. What we got?
Oh my goodness
Oh my goodness.
gracious. Great balls of fire.
God damn.
This wrestler, hold on a sec, I'm sorry.
He has to look it up again.
My goodness. You know what, I was calling my pants down. Shit's hit the fan.
I thought it was
Oh,
my
no.
week. He went last week. But
Yeah, Danny.
Oh, it is his week? My bad. I said the wrong name then. That's on me,
Yeah.
not you, Matt.
All right.
Thank God.
Well, you were so ready, Matt. I thought you had a question. I was like, all right, I guess I
Once
missed
you
something.
said I was like, oh, okay, cool. I said the right name.
Yeah, no, it's me.
Whoops.
Okay. So, since we are doing the greatest tag team of all time the next 2 weeks here on the show,
So excited.
I thought I'd do a trivia around tag teams. Who are the shortest time-wise, the shortest lasting reign of tag team champions in WWE history?
World or
With a
WWE?
shortest
Doesn't matter.
timeline. Was that
It doesn't matter world or WWE.
any WWE tag team titles in history, the shortest reign
I don't know.
amount of time.
I'm not going to know this.
You don't have to guess the amount of time, just guess the tag team.
Oh, man, I'm going to say...
If you guys want a hint, I can give you one hint.
I'll
It
take a
happened
hint.
on Monday.
Yeah,
It happened on
if
Monday
you'll
Night
take a hint,
Raw.
I'll take a hint.
It happened on Monday Night Raw in terms of a 10-year window between 2005 and 2015 on Raw. That's your
Damn,
hint.
That totally changed my answers. I was thinking like really early on, like 95 to 2000.
No.
Damn. 2005. I have no...
I'm going to go with the team of Gilbert and Eugene.
I don't even think they... What? That's ridiculous. I'm going
He's
to...
throwing.
I'm going to say the Spirit Squad. I don't know.
The answer is John Cena and The Miz.
What the heck?
9 minutes. They were tag team champions on Raw. They beat the
Interesting.
Core. The Core invoked their rematch clause immediately.
What the fuck?
Won them back.
That's not how that works.
What do you mean?
Wow.
Who was the GM at that time?
This was when Miz was champion. This is when they were going into Mania.
That's awful.
Cena and Miz. So
they
yeah.
won it for 9 minutes. That's
9
awful.
minutes.
I'm so mad. All right.
There you go. Yeah.
Great.
There you go.
Great. Well, moving on from that. So that gives John another tab. I don't know if we've kept up with this score recently. Right now it says 24.
Matt's got to get one from last week.
So 24, 15, 5.
You could take one away because I wasn't ready this week.
You weren't supposed to be.
No. Yeah, I get one. Matt gets one. As far as I know, everything else is up to date.
All right, so
but
24, 15, 5. Juice, myself, and Matt. Moving on. We have This Week in Wrestling. We're going to keep it a little short this week just because we have our greatest tag team of all time tournament starting, and the first round always takes a while, so we want to make sure that we get to it. So, if we can pull up the predictions tab first, and then we'll look over. Sorry, we also have a new producer doing some stuff this week, so
hit me.
Juice is now streaming. If you guys can click on the stream, or it should automatically show up. We have, for King of the Ring, pretty interesting results. So, for the most part, we all knew Walter was going to win. We all knew Cody Rhodes was going to win. Great matches, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys have any different opinion on that. And same with Cargill and Belair. not the match, just the win.
Well, yeah, the Walter Orton match, they botched the end. That killed it for me.
I was very
sorry.
upset about that with the shoulder up. That sucked.
Great match, but that botch finish, it's always going to be an asterisk on it for me. I mean, obviously Walter won. He's king of the ring. I'm not talking about that. But like anyone that's like, oh, match of the year, nah,
no
it's
way.
out for
not
me.
with that finish.
Know?
And especially because the referee was staring right at it. That's the worst part. Like when you're staring right at the shoulders, that sucks.
Yeah.
So
stupid.
Two surprises. Matt, anything? Oh, he's muted right now. I assume he's gonna do.
Anything on what?
On
King of the
Walter,
Ring?
Cody, or Cargill and Belair?
No.
All right. Moving on to the surprises, at least for me and Juice. Matt seemed to know exactly what was going to happen in these title matches. The Women's Championship changed hands.
Too easy. Too
Liv
easy.
Morgan defeating Becky Lynch, and Chad Gable was not able to overcome Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed. Sami Zayn retains. Good job, Matt.
I mean, I told you Liv was that bitch.
You did literally say those exact words.
I mean,
it would have been too quick to get it off of Sammy.
I mean, Becky won it Matt just flipped the coin the right way. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, we all said it was a 50-50. Only one was going to win. It's just a matter of we picked the wrong one.
I agree.
I met some guy named Paul at the gym the other day, Paul Levesque, and he was telling me to make those picks. I don't know who he is.
I don't believe you.
I'm sure.
But Matt had the best King of the Ring picks at 5-1. Juice coming in second at 4-2, and myself at 3-3. So overall, those were our records after King of the Ring. But let's move on to the next night at Double or Nothing, because a lot happened there, and that also played to our overall record. So, looking at the top 5 matches, all pretty, obvious. I don't think any of us were surprised. Swerve Strickland, Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné, The Elite, Chris Jericho. Anything anyone wants to say about any of these matches?
I mean, I'm glad that Mercedes won. It's the right move. They did it where Stat turned on Willow, but it was after the match. It didn't play into the actual finish, which is something
I have 2 things to say about that when you're done.
Yeah, which is something they tend to do, which I'm okay with the not playing into it. But yeah, Mercedes is the champion. I'm glad she got the match out under her belt. Also, immediately on Dynamite against Sky Blue, which is getting defenses, not being put on ice until Forbidden Door or anything like that. So that was good.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, and then in terms of the rest of these, I mean, with the Elite match, I mean, with the Anarchy in the Arena, it is what it is at this point. The spots are going to be what they're going to be. I'm not saying it as a hater. I know I'll come off as a hater, but the bus spot was really stupid.
What do you mean, man? He got hit by 2 buses in like 3 weeks.
Really stupid.
What?
Yeah,
I wonder if you found the same thing that I found stupid. Did you find the actual bus spot stupid, or did you find that Jack Perry was knocked unconscious after the bus spot stupid?
Both. The whole thing was dumb because, as far as I saw from the camera work, because I watched the match twice, they never even showed Darby in the pile or where Darby was placed. So, out of context, you're just watching Darby run over a pile of garbage and crash into a truck and knock himself out. It was really dumb.
Very confusing.
Yeah, sorry. And again, not being a hater, I really legit just thought the spot was dumb. If they found a way, and I'm not asking for bloodshed, but if they found a way to show Darby being close to getting hit or getting clipped with the golf cart in the past with Sammy,
or at least him being in the pile before the cutscene to the bus, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
But show something with it. No, I totally agree.
It's just I didn't like that spot at all.
Totally agree. Matt, anything
otherwise,
any of these 5? Just make sure.
Otherwise, no, that's all I got about these ones. But yeah.
Gonna be honest, didn't get to watch them yet.
Oh, you didn't watch Double or Nothing yet?
No, but I looked at the results to see how well I did with my picks, which was phenomenal.
Pretty good. Another 2.
I just know my picks.
Good weekend for you. So moving on down, Will Ospreay defeating Roderick Strong. Not a good Matt pick. but defeating Roger Strong to become the new international champion. And then, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump right into it. Turning around on Dynamite and now becoming the number one contender for the world title at Forbidden Door. Our main event is set. Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, champion versus champion, not title versus title. Just champion versus champion. Gonna be a freaking great main event.
I'm intrigued. I mean, it's gonna be a great match. I'm just waiting to see how things play out here because I would assume Ospreay plays double duty here and defends that international title. Because my gut says Swerve leaves as champion still. But like Ospreay's undefeated, and I'm gonna let it play out. I'm still surprised that they put the international even on him. I'll have confidence in it, but I feel like we're getting towards booked in a corner territory where like this might have been the wrong thing too soon, despite the match being great. I mean, I'm interested. I'm definitely interested because like I want to see what they do here, but
no, for sure.
Yeah, because either Ospreay's going to lose his first match and still be international champion, or lose 2 in one night, or you take the belt off Swerve after what 2-3 months because he wanted a dynasty, right?
Yep. Yeah, you can't take it. You can't take. I don't know. You can't take it out that soon, but we'll see what see what happens there. Next match: Trent Beretta, Orange Cassidy. We all got it wrong. One of the few that we all get wrong, but we all thought Trent Beretta was going to definitely win. OC loses, and then
I have a question. Hold on.
Yeah, go.
Does Tony Khan hate Trent Beretta? Because this is it's time to give him a win. And what the heck?
So, I was going to say the same thing. I don't understand how he doesn't get the win here. And then what also upsets me is the same thing we did with Chris and Willow, where if you just had Don Callis do something at Double or Nothing to cost the match and get Trent the win, that makes a lot more sense than just having this same thing happen a few nights later on Wednesday night. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. You don't really get like a strong Trent Beretta after this. Orange can definitely take the loss. So it was a weird call. I agree with you. I didn't like it at all.
He could. The thing is, it's like Moxley at this point. Orange and Mox are like this for Tony, where it's like he's not gonna just give them a loss out of nowhere. Like it's got to be a big deal. And like, I mean, listen. I mean, obviously, I rolled with you guys and said Trent as well. I wasn't confident in it, but I mean,
you would think a big loss at Double or Nothing when it's not clean, would be all right. But I guess not for old TK making his weird ass decisions.
Yeah, we'll see where things go with it. I mean, they didn't do Roppongi Vice with Rocky. They kept Trent on his own ish. So we'll see. I'm sure I'd like to think he get the win eventually, but
yep, I agree. And before we talk about Adam Copeland and the TNT title, anything we want to say about Moxley, Bang Bang Club, Diana Purrazzo, or the Acclaimed matches, since they all won?
I was a little annoyed by the night before on Collision when Death Triangle came out and had mini Penta and mini Rey Fenix, which implied that there should have been a mini Alex Abrahantes, and there was not.
No. Thank God. We don't need any more versions.
I was very disappointed in that. Was that?
We don't need any more versions of Abrahantes.
We do not, but I was very upset by that. I was waiting for that reveal of a third child as like Abrahantes. Very let down by that. The only thing we missed that I want to talk about was I found Brian Keith joining up with the Learning Tree to be very odd. Very, very odd. I don't think it's going to be a good pairing. And I've tried to be patient with this whole Learning Tree thing. I'm out. I'm over it. I'm out on it. I don't really care for it anymore. That whole segment on Dynamite, which is scream WWE talk show segment crap, and I don't need a second of that in what I watch. I'm done with it. I like Jericho, but this whole gimmick, no interest. I'm over it.
And like I said the other night, I love pro wrestling for that reason because I'm the exact opposite. I think this whole Jericho thing is very interesting. I think he's playing into this whole internet community thing where they're just shitting on him being past his prime. And he's just like, I just want TV, and he's just like really playing up that heel role, and he needs something different. I do agree though that Keith doesn't make sense to me. I do like Cass. I don't understand Keith. I mean, sorry, not Cass. Big Bill. I apologize.
You mean Redwood.
Redwood. That's right. Changing his name to
Redwood.
Redwood. I
Redwood
apologize.
now.
And then
It's
the
just,
Hook Samoa Joe angle from there is going to be interesting also. I don't know where they're going. I don't know what the point of that tag team is, but that should be good too. So we'll see.
You know, it is as someone who's been more than done with the whole internet wink, wink, nudge, nudge bullshit. Like, I don't need it. Like, the less of it on TV, the better. Like, I don't need a segment literally called TV time.
Yeah, but I mean, just because you ignore it doesn't mean they're not there. So, like, they got to play into it sometimes. It is what it is. So, the big news, I think, coming out of Double or Nothing, and the unfortunate news is Adam Copeland having to technically be stripped of the title, but having to relinquish the belt because he broke his fibia, I believe, on that elbow drop that just did not look good. Even like once he jumped, I was very scared for the man. But having to give up the title, and now we have a qualifying round of matches to determine a ladder match for the vacant TNT Championship. So we're going to have a multi-man ladder match at Forbidden Door also, which is going to be another sick match for us, depending on who they put in, of course. Jack Perry seems like a lock. I don't know who the other participants are going to be, but we got to assume some high flyers are going to be in there, so that should be fun. Going to be very interesting. Were you able to see that, Matt?
What was that?
Sorry, I was just asking Matt if he was able to see that segment.
That would be a negative, but I do have a thought. I think they should have just given it to Jack Perry. I think that would have been a very heelish thing to do. I think I would have loved to have heard Juice's rant tonight. I think
you might hear it anyway.
And I think they should have given it like an honorary. He had to break real glass to get it.
And Juice rebuttal.
Yeah. Mute your mic. Get out of here. It's fucking dumb, man. I mean, listen. I knew they were gonna tease it. Thank God they didn't go there with it.
Great tease.
Like because I don't know if you saw it, Matt. They did tease giving the belt, like just handing it to him. And then Christopher Daniels came out, and he's basically playing the role of Tony Khan now because Tony doesn't want to be on TV. They have Daniels being an interim EVP, essentially the good guy GM. They're going to do the GM bullshit.
Sorry, I have to assume that's because Omega got the surgery? Or Omega...
Well, yeah, Omega got the surgery, and Tony doesn't want to be an on-air figure weekly. So Daniels is just filling that role of a thorn against the EVPs, so Tony doesn't have to come out all the time, or Shivani doesn't have to be like, "Oh, I just got an announcement."
Yeah, just
like shit like that. So I don't mind a move with Daniels over like Tony, but whatever. It's just another authority figure bullshit thing that's gonna probably happen weekly. I also thought they were gonna do Daniels and Perry 1-on-1 for the TNT title at Forbidden Door. I'm glad they're not doing 1-on-1.
Yeah.
I've already settled in my head on the idea of Perry winning it in the ladder match anyway, because they set it up with the handing over. But if you're going to do it, at least they're going to do it this way, and we're going to get a dope ladder match out of it. At least Takeshita is probably going to be in it, so that's Takeshita for one. He's in the qualifier tomorrow night. And then from there, we'll see. I mean, it'd probably be 6 to 8 people, I would think, in this thing. Some like crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to it. Just I'm glad they didn't hand it over to Perry. As much as you wanted to see me have my rant, that's just more of that bullshit.
Yeah, that would have been a little weird. I am also glad they didn't do that, though. You're right.
Yeah, I don't need. And before we move on, one more thing.
Do the records really quick, and I'll let you get to your last point.
Yeah, go.
So really quick, our records for Double or Nothing: 7-5 for Matt, 10-2 for myself, 9-3 for Juice. Overall, I'm not going to go through the whole numbers. I still have a 3-match lead over Juice. Almost lost it. Thank God, Double or Nothing, I was able to get it back, so we kind of evened out this weekend. And Matt's still on the rise, man. Matt's, the past few pay-per-views, has gotten a pretty good record. He's made some headway on us. So it's going to be very interesting to see, like, I don't know, in 5-6 pay-per-views, how close Matt gets to us.
Yeah. And yeah, Danny, you can thank the buy-in for that, throwing 2 random ass matches at me that had no, again, coin flips.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie to
bullshit.
you. I'm surprised you took Cage of Agony. Like they just never win, and
Well,
they
the whole
claimed
thing was that
always win.
they just turned on Swerve. You want to build them back up as some sort of like thing.
But they never
Acclaim
built
just
Cage up for
lost, so
shit. So
I felt
like,
like, Acclaim going this way, Cage going that way. I was like, all right, maybe
but
they're
see,
giving
the mistake you
established,
made,
but
was that you said build them back up to something. They were never anything. They were just always the backup for Swerve. Like they never
no,
really
they were
did.
ROH
Like
6-man tag
I'm talking
champs
about
for a
on
long
AEW
time.
TV. They've never really done anything. So like, I don't know. It just seemed kind of obvious. But
I don't like them. I'm just
no big
saying.
deal.
I was
And
trying to
then
think trajectories.
I'm surprised Rosa lost. That was very shocking for
Yeah,
Lady.
especially after giving her that big like Elvis
Right?
entrance and like oh shit. And
Crazy.
granted, Deanna did steal it, so it's not terrible. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway. All right. I think in the words of the now free agent Mark Henry, it's time for the main event. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I did have one
Oh
thing I
yeah,
wanted to bring
sorry.
up. That,
You're right. I forgot. Damn.
yeah, that we actually surprisingly no one really talked about the returns of both MJF and Adam Cole.
That's right.
To kick off Double or Nothing. MJF confirming he is re-signed with AEW via tattoo on his calf. Adam Cole saying he is still in recovery, but he has no boot. He's just walking around. He took bumps. So who knows what radar they're on for Forbidden Door, but they're both back. People loved it.
Question 1. Legitimately, how do we feel about the tattoo?
About his what?
The tattoo.
At least it's not on his neck.
Do you think it's a good tattoo?
I mean, no, but it's whatever. I'm never going to see it, so I really don't care.
That's fair. I just don't think the tattoo is nice. I think it could have been done better.
If he uses more spray tan, it'll be gone anyway, so we're good.
Very fair. Very fair.
It'll disappear in no time.
No, I was really excited to see that. I think it was a little weird. So, just as always, wrestling does a lot of stuff weird, but I think it was very weird that Adam Cole comes out after the Roderick Strong match where all the United Kingdom was. Most of the United Kingdom was still on their feet.
Undisputed
Kingdom, sorry. And then once Cole gets attacked, they don't come back out to help him, or they're not the ones to help him. Like, it just seemed very strange.
They were tending. Yeah, well, they were tending to Strong. They probably didn't see or know. And he even said, I should be back there tending to Roderick right now.
Fair.
So clearly they were tending to Roderick.
That's fair.
But that's probably the story reason. They've done that before with Tony and Mariah, where Tony was being tended to and couldn't come out to help Mariah, and blah, blah, blah.
And then he just had the whole promo as Adam Cole's being walked out. Be like, all right, usually like you talk over a lane, but I don't know. It just seemed a little strange, but I didn't mind it. It was just weird. Is what it is. No big deal. Now it's time for the main event. Now we're going to honestly one of the tournaments I think I've been the most excited for. I'm really can't wait for this tournament. Greatest tag team of all time. I mean, it's a stacked field. I think for the first time we said that all our number ones are like true number ones that we all really, really liked. So I'm very excited to see this. Matt, how are you feeling about this tournament?
I'm kind of mirroring what you were saying. This one came natural to me. I don't know. I think just as a kid, I was drawn to tag teams. So nowadays, you'll see my list was very old school compared to the newer guys.
Yeah, our lists were pretty spread out too. It was really nice. I think we covered a lot of promotions. I think we covered a lot of generations. I think we covered a lot of like the major tag teams, even like the one time reign or no time reigns. Like they made some impacts in tag team wrestling, so it's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, this one was hard for me. Not because I don't like tag teams, but like when we did the men's and the women's and even the theme songs, those were just like okay. I already had an idea which ones I knew were like my top or whatever. This one I never really like put much thought into like my top or best tag teams or anything like that. Like I had to put a lot of thought into it, and I like where my list ended up. Is it definitive? No, it could change any day, but most of ours probably could. But yeah, I liked it. And I guess before we get started, I'll give a rundown on how we do this, how we did it, for those of you that haven't watched before or are watching now.
Mute my mic really quick. I just need to ask the producer a question, so go ahead.
Sure. So so we're gonna be, for anyone watching this on our YouTube or on our on demand here on Twitch. By the way, see below. I don't know if our link tree is there today, but either way, you can follow us on all of our socials. Please do like and subscribe. Please do follow along. We appreciate any and all support. And as always, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you do get one free gaming sub that you can donate to any Twitch account. You can donate to us for free, and by donating it to us for free, we get some money from your support, and you don't have to pay a dime, and it's win-win for everybody. So we do hope you take the time and support us in any way you can, just by watching the video, commenting in chat below. Anything like that is always appreciated. As for the rules for how we put this together, we each came up with our own list, and then from there, whoever had them ranked the highest got them put on their team. So you'll see teams. It's not really a matter of, oh, my team won, your team lost. It's just representation for who had them the highest. And that way we each kept them even, 21 tag teams a team amongst the three of us. And then there's one wild card, which was decided by one of our viewers offline. I'm not sure if he's on watching tonight, but if he is, he'll see his wild card coming up very soon. And then from there, we broke it down with tiebreakers being overall title reigns of tag team championships among all companies. And if they were on 3 of our list, only 2 of the 3 of our list are only on one person's list. So basically, the top 4 seeds are more or less, all 3 of us agree they were on our list. All the mid seeds are kind of like 2 of the 3 of us had it. And then, like, I think the bottom few seeds are like only one of us put them on the list. So it worked out pretty well this time. I think it's going to be pretty interesting, very even. And as always, we do have the rule of vetoes. Each of us get 1 veto to use sometime within the first 2 rounds. After that, the veto goes away. If you don't use it, you lose it. You don't have to use it. It's up to you. And you cannot veto a veto. And also, if you're watching here with us live and you're in chat, something that we have done before is if you do subscribe to us while we are here doing the tournament, you also get a veto that you can use tonight. It won't be able to be used the next night, but you can use it tonight while you're here live if you choose to. You don't have to, but you'll get a little bit of a window after we vote to veto in chat. If you don't, too long. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's just about it.
I'm ready to go.
All right, Matt, you ready?
You better be.
I'd like 1 point of clarification.
Go.
You said it really doesn't matter who wins, but we could just chalk up Danny's probably going to win again.
Well, you know, it's funny. I think
I don't know, man. Some of these matchups are going to get kind of crazy.
It's funny because I think Danny's only really won the first one, technically.
Yes. Oh, funny enough, I was going to say something where when Monet came out on Wednesday night, she said the greatest of all time has arrived. And as a podcast, we can confirm that the greatest of all time did arrive on Wednesday night.
Oh, it's true.
Just saying.
It's damn true. Yeah, no, because I think the theme song was Real American.
That was yours.
Yeah. Either way, we got to get Matt to win. We'll see how it goes. And one more clarification as we go along. We did make you where you had to specify a team of 2 if it was a trio or a bigger team. So, for example, New Day, different combinations of New Day will show up here in our stream, in our tournament. It breaks down like that. So it's not just the Shield and all 3 members. We had to specify which 2 of a group were in that classification.
So we have our own Faces of New Day, Faces of Foley.
Yeah.
For you.
All 3 versions of New Day are
It's going to be so funny.
So we'll see how this goes.
All right, here we go.
All right.
First matchup of the first round.
I know if that works.
And we are... Hold on. It's still loading. Oh, you know how this technology goes with the loading. There we go. We are good. First round. First matchup. Number 1 seed, the Dudley Boys. 25 title reigns. Only team to win it in WWF, WWE, WCW, ECW, NWA, TNA, and IWGP. They're my number 2 ranked team, and they face the wildcard team of the Bushwhackers, who have 26 title reigns. I don't know if a lot of people know because I was a kid when I saw the Bushwhackers, but they had a huge, long career before the gimmick they were in WWF, and they were actually like more of a brutal, hardcore team that won a lot of belts over their time. So they were pretty legit before they came over. How we feeling? What are we thinking? I think it's kind of obvious, unfortunately, but I got to give Bushwhackers their respect.
I think the Bushwhackers got screwed here.
Now, I'm curious, since we knew Bushwhackers were going to be a wild card, we purposely didn't include them on any of our lists. Were either of you two going to have Bushwhackers on your list?
They were in my top 21.
And
They were in my top 3.
Wow.
No, not top
really?
3. No,
okay.
But they were in my top 21.
I was like, top 3 is a little crazy.
Interesting. All right, so they would have been seated way better than this if it wasn't a wild card. So we can thank our lovely viewer for voting them as the wild card.
He ruins everything.
He did it.
Yeah, because I really don't. I only know the Bushwhackers as the the comedy that licking people's heads and stuff. So I don't really have too much on them. I don't really have much of a connection to them. So yeah, I'm going with the Dudleys.
Agreed. Sorry, Bushwhackers. See you later.
I voted Bushwhackers.
I'm voting. Just give them their respect.
Oh, that's important for clarification. No vetoes. No, again, we can veto.
No,
Exist.
I'm waiting to veto something that Danny likes.
What?
Oh, damn. All right,
I'm like
to the
scared
next
now.
one?
I didn't like that. Don't say something like that. All right, next matchup. We have the Wyatt family, specifically Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, versus Owen Hart and British Bulldog. Wyatt family won the best gimmick in 2013 by the Wrestling Observer. They are match number 22 overall. Owen Hart and British Bulldog were double champions at one point while holding the tag team. Owen won the Intercontinental. Bulldog won the European, ironically beating Owen Hart in the finals for the European Championship. And they were my 20th ranked team.
I have a question.
Yes.
When Bulldog beat Owen in the finals to win the European champion, were they already tag team champions at the time?
I believe so. I
don't
believe
give me-
so.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, give me the Wyatt family on that note, because any tag team shouldn't be fighting each other while they're tag team champions and for other championship belts. So, Wyatt family for me.
I have actually a question. Is this the Wyatt family or is this the Bludgeon Brothers? Because that's critical on how I vote for them.
I mean, this was put in when I did the rankings and all that stuff. It was only put in as Harper and Rowan. No one specified Bludgeon or Wyatt family. So this was added, I guess, by
I wrote Wyatt family only because I hated the picture of the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm not gonna lie.
But
they carried the hammers.
They were stupid, and they never used them. So why did you carry them?
Well, let me just double check really quick something.
Matt's not happy about that. He muted himself.
That's fine. I'm just trying to find them. I want to see who voted them in.
It says Matt's 22.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if it was Matt and you or just.
I'm pretty sure I had them also.
Yeah. So yeah, you both had them on.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you put them on, who were you assuming? Matt. I mean, Danny. I'm guessing Wyatt family.
Yeah,
version?
I think of their best version.
Okay.
I was picturing the Bludgeon version.
Damn.
Which is fine. You guys can imagine. I guess that really doesn't matter here. But
technically, they also didn't they have one reign with each? Didn't they have a reign as
did.
Wyatt and a reign as Bludgeon? So no real pick here.
Okay, well, my vote's Wyatt family.
So your vote's Wyatt family. Matt, what do you pick?
I vote for the Bludgeon Brothers.
For the Bludgeon Brothers, Wyatt family make it through. I will vote Owen Hart and British Bulldog just to give them their respect. They were a pretty classic tag team for us in the 90s, so nice seeing you. See you boys later, though. Wyatt family moves on. Next up
next.
Big match. Demolition. 6 title reigns. Ironically, not a lot of people knew why Crush joined them, but one of the members, I forgot who, got sick from an unknown shellfish allergy and really couldn't take bumps and stuff after a while. So they were trying to transition him out and Crush in. It was pretty wild. And then the New Day, specifically the Kingston Big E tandem, which is 5 title reigns. They won Rolling Stone Wrestlers of the Year in 2015, and they are Juicebox's number 6.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
since I'm the first one up with the New Day combos, I'll just give my case or claim as to why I picked this version.
Really quick,
Um,
I just want to point out
yeah.
to the fans, ironically, you will find out as we go along, none of us picked the same New Day combo. They were all picked, we each picked a different combo, which is pretty interesting. So this is Juice Boxes.
Yeah. So I went with Kingston and Big E because, as far as I've been concerned, they are the definitive pairing. It's always been the big guy and the small guy, and then Woods was the manager esque guy with a trombone on the outside. Yeah, there was always the Freebird rule throughout all their reigns. They all defended, but whenever I saw them teaming, that was always the de facto partnership in my mind.
Interesting.
Obviously, nowadays it's clearly Kingston and Woods because Big E's been injured and out, and he had the world title run by the end. But in the grand scheme, bigger picture things, Kingston Big E was my New Day pairing, personally. So that's why I got them that high, just in general, in my number 6. And then Demolition, unfortunately, again, before my time, I know I've seen a little bit of their stuff, but I can't deny New Day. Even with this seating, I think New Day should be way higher. But we kind of cannibalized it with how we did it, but I'm fine with that. I like how we did it, but I'm going New Day.
Matt?
I respect why you picked those two, and those two would probably be my favorite combo of the two. The reason I didn't go with those two is because they didn't have the most title reigns of all the combos. I gotta vote Demolition though, because there's only 2 of them, and there's 3 chances for New Day to keep going.
They added a third, though. We just talked about it. It's in the notes. Anyway, all right. So that's 1 for each, which means I'm the tiebreaker. And oh, this is a tough one. I think I gotta go with Demolition on this one, though. Demolition. I remember them growing up, and they were a big part of tag team wrestling in the 90s, and for a lot of people, 80s, 90s, that was like the golden era of tag team wrestling. So if you're a big part of that, I think you got to make it through the next round. So I'm going with Demolition.
All right.
All right. Next matchup. This is a weird one. We have the Young Bucks with their 35 title reigns. They are the New Japan Pro Wrestling Tag Team Triple Crown winners, and they are my number 24 ranked team, versus 2 dudes with attitude. That's Shawn Michaels and Diesel. They have 2 title reigns. They held all 3 male titles at the time. There were only 3 available, which were the tag team, the World Heavyweight, and the IC. They only held that for 24 hours, though. They lost the tag team belts the next night, and they are my ranked 29 team. So these are both my guys. That's upsetting. So if you guys want to go first, I think it's kind of obvious, but if you guys want to go first.
I forgot they even tagged Shawn Michaels and Diesel. I remember Diesel being like his manager, bodyguard.
They tagged. It was such a good tag team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible name. Terrible name though.
Terrible name. Awful name. Fully admit that.
I gotta go with the Young Bucks just by default.
Give me 2 dudes with attitude, please.
We'll never vote for them. I have to also go with the Young Bucks. I think if we're talking the greatest tag team of all time, we were taking the guys with 35 title reigns over the guys who tag team sporadically. They're just very good friends in real life. So Young Bucks make it through to the next round. Matchup number 5, please. This is a good one. We got the APA. 5 title reigns. I don't know if people know this, but they beat up Public Enemy on Sunday Night Heat. I mean, beat the crap out of them. If you've never seen any of the videos on it, go ahead. It's crazy. That's Juicebox's number 9 team against Undisputed Era, specifically Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, who had 1 title reign. Both of them are former ROH World Champions, and that's Matt's number 17. So I'll start this one off. I feel like I haven't started one off in a while. I think if we're talking about greatest tag teams of all time, again, we have to talk about longevity, and we have to talk about, who made a real mark in tag team wrestling. And I think that's going to be APA. As far as Undisputed Era, I think there was a better combo tag team in the Undisputed Era that were before them anyway. So I'm going to go with APA.
Yeah, I love Undisputed Era, but I'm going APA as well.
I would have loved to have tried to make an argument for Undisputed Era, but
It's a
APA.
bad matchup.
Yeah.
All right. APA moving on. Matchup number 6. Oh, we got Beer Money versus the Good Brothers. This was a really good matchup, I think. Beer Money, 5 title reigns, most in TNA Tag Team, tied with the Wolves, and they're my number 9 pick. And they are facing the Good Brothers, who have 9 title reigns. They debuted in New Japan while in the Bullet Club. They were put together, and they are Juicebox's number 30 rank. Sorry. So I'm gonna start this one off. As much as I love the Good Brothers, I think Beer Money was a great tag team, very memorable, had a great entrance. The whole package, I think I loved a lot, and they were a big reason why I stuck around with TNA wrestling for as long as I did. So I'm gonna go with Beer Money.
Who's in Beer Money?
That would be James Storm and Bobby Roode.
Oh, I know one of them.
You do. James Storm. James Storm had a short match or two on NXT. You didn't really see much of him. He didn't really do much.
You don't remember that match, Matt? It was on November 22nd.
So, Matt, I think it's safe to say that you're going to be going with the Good Brothers since you don't know Beer Money.
No, it's not safe to say that.
Oh, my apologies.
It's safe to say something like that. How dare you? How dare you?
Well, figure it out. What's your vote?
I vote for Good Brothers.
Okay. Yeah, I know Good Brothers are my team, but I also had Beer Money on my list, and I like Beer Money a lot. They were one of the best in TNA. So yeah, Beer Money rolls on. If Good Brothers were still trying and doing their thing in WWE right now, it might be different. But they've clearly been just rolling with the money,
100%
coasting for so long. So yeah, downgrade. Beer Money moves on.
All right, matchup number 7. We got the Heart. Oh man, this is a hard matchup. And when you talk about shitty first round matchups, neither one of these guys deserve to be facing each other. They both deserve to go to the next round. This sucks. We have the Hart Foundation, which is Bret Hitman Hart and Jim Neidhart. They're the only team the British Bulldogs would drop the belt to when they got injured. Small little fact about that. They are Matt's number 3 team versus Juicebox's number 1 team, which is the Briscoe Brothers, 29 title reigns. They are a record 13-time ROH Tag Team Champion, and I don't think anyone's breaking that one anytime soon. So this matchup sucks. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to be the tiebreaker.
So I'd like to go first.
Please do.
Only to try and make a case for the Briscoe brothers. Because I understand you guys watched little to no Ring of Honor. And probably only know them from the FTR trilogy, if that, in terms of on-screen. But it's a shame that they only ended up on my list, and that's why they're seated so low. All it would have taken was if they were on one of your lists, they probably would have been a 4 seed or something like that. So it's a shame they are where they are. 29 tag title reigns, 13 of those from Ring of Honor alone. I mean, these guys were one of the defining tag teams for decades on the independent scene. I mean, they did it in New Japan, they did it in Impact, they would have killed it in AEW if Jay was still around. It's just, I know I'm probably talking a losing fight here, and I understand, but I'm truthfully going to be really upset that they're out if they don't make it through. But I'm voting for the Briscoe brothers. I mean, yeah, the Hart Foundation is who they are, but only 2 title reigns for them. Bret went on to do way more on his own than in the tag team. I think Briscoes are a no-brainer here. I think they're one of the best of all time. So, Briscoes.
Rebuttal, Matt. If you have one, or if you go with the Briscoes, I don't
know. No, I don't have a strong rebuttal. He brings up a lot of good points. My problem is, wasn't like Jay not allowed on TV? Is that like because he was racist or something like that?
He was not allowed on AEW TV by Warner Brothers executives because he made some tweets or comments about how he didn't want his child to like be taught or learn certain things in school that he didn't want. And since then he did come out and apologize. He took all these like sensitivity courses. He made amends and made everything right in the public eye, but Warner Brothers didn't care. So he did make the right roads to educate himself and learn along the way, but he did make those comments years ago before everything.
I'm gonna make like the Warner Brothers and say I don't care, and make Danny squirm also and pick the Hart Foundation.
I don't care. Oh man. All right. So yeah, this one's a hard one. Like I said, coming into it, and I'm gonna have the same reasoning for another team later on when I don't pick them. But I do agree that I think the Hart Foundation was more everything Brett did after, and then the Hart family after. Like the tag team was great, but I'm gonna go with the Briscoe brothers. I really think that they've made a huge impact on the new golden era of wrestling, which is now, and I think they really helped kickstart it with the Young Bucks and with FTR and stuff like that. So, and I also can't not look at that 29 title reign that just keeps popping out to me. So I'm gonna go with the Briscoe brothers.
I'll admit I'm surprised. I mean, do I expect them to make a deep run? No, but I'm glad to see them at least make it out of the first round because they're my boys.
Yeah, and like I said, the Hart Foundation, like they were a good tag team, but I'm talking about longevity. I keep saying that a lot. Also, like if I'm comparing them to the Briscoe brothers, and post Hart Foundation was more important or more impactful in my opinion than the Hart Foundation themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right, matchup number 8. We have the New Age Outlaws, who joined DX after WrestleMania 14. Literally, the Raw right after. Their match number 2 team. Versus Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov were huge heat magnets and only ended because Jim Duggan and Iron Sheik got pulled over driving from a show, and I think they were like smoking or something, and they got pissed that a heel and a face were together in a car and they got caught in public, so they fired the Iron Sheik over it. I think they only suspended Jim, but they fired the Iron Sheik, and that's the only reason the team broke off. But the team was a huge heat magnet and probably could have had another title reign or two if he had stayed in WWF.
So Matt, I want you to go first. Tell me on the New Age Outlaws. What's going on here? Who are these kids?
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Did you didn't call somebody?
Yeah,
I was waiting for that.
I gotta be honest. Sheik, I'm voting New Age Outlaw, but Sheik and Volkov, I've been watching like a lot of the old wrestling recently, and having to watch Volkov sing the Russian national anthem before every match.
It's so funny.
Makes me laugh, and it's so amazing, and it's a shame that they didn't do more.
Like, this is the heat that WWE wished Dom would actually get. The boos and the hatred the crowd had for these two is what WWE is trying to pipe in every goddamn week for all their heels. I'm going to go also with the New Age Outlaws. As much as I love Sheik and Volkov, it's the New Age Outlaws. So that's all I really have to say about that one.
You've convinced me, Matt. I'll go with the New Age Outlaws.
Good job, Matt. Look at you, bro. All right.
Did it.
Next matchup.
Wait, that's me.
We have FTR, 10 title reigns. They won the, does that say AA? That should say AAA. Tag team belts as the Super Frogs. so a lot of fans were not happy about that. When they went back to Mexico to defend their championships, they needed a shit ton of security because the fans were about to rip their heads off. And they are facing Edge and Rey Mysterio. They were part of the SmackDown 6 set, revitalized like kind of tag team wrestling at the time, and they reunited a decade or so later, which led to the greatest heel turn of all time. Dirty Dom Mysterio came into our lives. Thank you, Edge and Rey Mysterio. For that alone, I think someone should vote for them, but I digress. Let's see how the arguments go first. You know what? I'll start the argument. So
right
Edge
here.
and Rey Mysterio's impact for Dirty Dom and for the industry has been felt through generations at this point. I mean, the second little Dom was 8 years old and showing up on screen, we knew he was going to be a big star. And then these two just cultivate... Juice? And Matt's... Oh, look at this. I got Matt back on. Oh, Juice is back. Now the party's here. So, I believe Edge and Rey... with that one title reign, that SmackDown 6, they really put their stamp in wrestling history. All right? With that said, what's your vote, guys? Did I convince anyone? Edge and Rey?
Number one podcast. I vote for FTR.
Oh, I forgot about the number one podcast
Okay,
argument.
well, you are clearly trolling, Danny, and I will not fall for this bait.
What? How dare you?
FTR is moving on. You know, I debated when I was making my list. I thought about the SmackDown 6, like all three of those guys, three of those teams. Like, I consider them a SmackDown 6, but I never thought of them as like the three tag teams, just the six of them individually making it what it was. So I didn't put them on my list because like it was like a cup of coffee. Like, yeah, it was like a good time, but not a long time kind of thing. So
They, I mean,
they didn't really make my list.
If you look at my rank, they're 33. They were way down on the list as my backups. I just knew a bunch of you guys were going to pick the ones I was going to get. So
They were kind of like Cena and Miz.
I think their title reign was a little longer than Cena and Miz.
A little bit. We got to fact check that. But yeah, so FTR moves on. They should move on here. Yeah.
Sal's having real trouble with that camera over there.
Yeah, let them live.
All right, moving on to the next
next match.
You know what?
Oh, you look so good to me though, Sal, because we got Billy and Chuck with their 2 title reigns. They almost got partnered on SmackDown, but some old angry Eric Bischoff put an end to that. They were my 38th ranked team, really reaching at the bottom of the barrel at this point. And they are facing Darby Allin and Sting, who had 1 title reign, but they retired as a tag team as champions. They ended 29-0. Don't believe that 30-0 bullshit that they're trying to throw at you. 29-0, and they are Juicebox's number 10 team.
I don't think they ever advertised 30 now. I think
someone wrote
30
somewhere, and I just don't want to believe it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, well, they're a liar.
Yeah, someone lied.
Yeah. Let's see. This is Danny and Juice, so I guess one of us should go first.
Yeah, I'll start off. Billy and Chuck is my 38th team. I'm pretty sure I had Allin and Sting somewhere on my list, just not as high as you. I'm going with Darby Allin and Sting.
Yeah, Darby and Sting as well for me. I mean, yeah, I put them number 10. I mean, again, I never really put too much thought into my list, so maybe it's a little bit of a recency thing, but I loved their story of Darby, like the new guy, and Sting going out undefeated, the craziness, just the whole story that they told over the years, the mentorship thing, the way they went out. I loved it. I think it's a great tag team. I know everyone says Sting and Luger, but like I don't really know that tag team as much. Like this is my definitive Sting tag team forever.
Yeah,
so,
if they face off at any point, that's gonna be a hard choice. Sal, you making a clean sweep, or are you going with Billy and Chuck?
In honor of Pride Month, I'm going with Billy and Chuck.
Whoa! Got it in there early.
As we enter Pride Month, I love it. All right, Darby and Allin moving on. Next matchup.
Did my screen pause? No, we're good. Okay, next matchup.
All right. We have, this is a very interesting matchup. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, 5 title reigns. Interesting fact about them, they've had 4 WrestleMania matches together, 2 as tag teams, 2 as opponents. In each of those matches, they were each a heel and a face at one point. So, for example, they were a tag team face this past WrestleMania at 39 when they won the tag team belts. But the WrestleMania before that, when they faced Shane and Daniel Bryan, they were heel. And then at one WrestleMania when they faced...
that was 34.
Yeah.
You said the year before. That was
no,
38.
I meant the WrestleMania before whenever they faced off again.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was like, wait a minute. I was trying to put together what you were saying.
No, not 4 WrestleManias in a row, just 4 matches overall. So that's Juicebox's number 7 team versus The Bar, 7 title reigns, match number 26 team. And the reason I am definitely not voting for them is because they lost the belts to Braun Strowman and Nicholas at WrestleMania. So my vote's for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, just starting that off right now.
A lot of shade.
Okay.
Even in the fun facts, there's a lot of shade being put.
A lot of bias here. We may need to get somebody new to write these things in.
Right?
Just saying.
Because maybe
you'll see later. There was one I saw later on. I was like, wow, okay. All right, Danny, I see you.
Maybe if someone wrote like, oh, The Bar is the standard that you have to pass, that could have changed some minds. Who knows? But instead, we got them losing to a 10-year-old.
Hey, that's a fact that happened. We are The Bar.
Thank you.
I think
7 versus 7's greater than 5, right? Or is my math off there?
that is correct.
He's right. 7 is more than 5.
I go for The Bar.
Okay. So the one good thing I'll say about The Bar is the closest I've ever come to liking Sheamus and enjoying watching him, merely because knowing The Bar was on was at least getting Claudio more TV time. So I was willing to put up with Sheamus to see Claudio actually get on TV and win titles. But all that being said, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, one of the greatest tag teams out there all time. Even their stuff pre-WWE, for those of you that don't know, haven't seen it, it's just as amazing. So Owens and Zayn.
Sweet.
Moving on.
Let me just say real quick, I kind of regret not putting Swagger and Cesaro on my list.
I don't.
The real American.
Did they ever win the belts? No, right?
Probably not.
I don't regret that you didn't put them on your list.
We, the people,
did not want to see them.
Oh,
Next matchup number 12.
I hope you did the motion while you were by
I
yourself.
did. I 100% did.
Good.
All right, this is a pretty classic matchup. We have the Outsiders, 7 title reigns. They really kickstarted the Monday Night Wars themselves when they jumped ship. They're my number 4 team versus the Von Erichs, 5 title reigns, specifically Kevin and Kerry. Little known fact that Kerry wrestled with a secret prosthetic foot for many years, and no one really did any. That was never part of anything. That Juicebox is number 2017.
Chop block would have been devastating to him.
Oh, game over. Game over.
Oh, man. So, Juice, I'm going to let you go first with the Von Erichs.
Yeah, I only know a little bit of their stuff. Obviously, I've seen the movie, but I've seen a handful of their matches. I like their stuff, but I don't really know much of either of these. I obviously know them, but I don't know much of their stuff. So this one's really a toss-up for me because, I always liked Hall. I never really liked Nash, personally, and I don't know. It's hard because, again, I didn't really watch while they were doing their whole NWO Outsiders thing. So I'm gonna stick with the Von Erichs just because I know more of their stuff and I like both of them as a team and even as the whole group rather than just those two. But that's why. But yeah, Von Erichs for me.
All right, time to make Matt the
You want me to
tiebreaker.
You want me to?
What?
Okay.
What?
That's you picking the Outsiders?
That's me picking the Outsiders. Yes, sir. I'm picking the team that I really grew up with WCW on. Again, they kickstarted the Monday Night Wars. They were a big, big part of WCW tag team wrestling, facing Harlem Heat and Four Horsemen, all these guys. So I'm going to go with the Outsiders.
Yeah. And before Matt goes, sorry, one more thing I wanted to add in there. My my majority of seeing Hall and Nash in the ring together was, the post like the WrestleMania 18 time NWO, but also the early TNA stuff.
Yeah,
Hall wasn't really
not
doing
good.
good. But like, I'm a little skewed there. Obviously, I know they had
You didn't see
I
the
know what
outsiders.
Ramon can do.
You didn't see the
No, I know,
outsiders.
but they were still them as a tag team.
You saw
we're not splitting.
the NWO, and you saw the band. I believe they were called in TNA.
Well, no, we're not splitting gimmick hairs. We ain't doing that. We didn't do it for the Bludgeon Brothers. All right, before
Matt, you're up.
So I wish I watched Iron Claw. It's on my list.
I need to watch it too.
It's on
it's
HBO
on
Max.
We'll do a watch along.
I'm happy Juice put Devon Erickson on here, though. I think they deserve to be on here. It's just when I put these together, without the outsiders, there is no. Oh, let me rephrase it. There might still be an NWO, but I don't think it's as successful without them.
I don't think there is
an NWO. I would argue, if you kept Hogan away from them, they would have been even bigger. I think Hogan kind of. I mean, at the time it was crazy, but looking back, I feel like he took away from them. Okay. My picks for the outsiders, just because I think they had more of an impact of what we're watching today in wrestling.
All right, outsiders move on.
All right.
Matchup number.
Yeah, no, I could totally respect that. Like I said, either one of these, I could see moving on. So. All right, next matchup. Ooh.
So I will say something here, and I think Matt's in agreement with me here. Moving forward, I think we have to double check how we do some of these rankings, because Too Cool was like bottom of the barrel, my last pick, just in case I needed another team in there. And because he was technically on our list, they got ranked so much higher than they should be. Like way too high. Crazy high.
Hey.
Crazy high.
I mean, I don't know, man. They were right there. You got, you got like the big three, then like the APA. Too Cool right there, top
Jesus
5.
Christ. So
tell me I'm wrong.
This is Matt's number 34 ranked team. They beat Edge and Christian for their sole title reign. They are facing my number 31st ranked team, Legacy, who have 2 title reigns. They began with Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes beating Hardcore Holly and Cody Rhodes for the tag team championships at Night of Champions, which is very strange. It was a very strange story, but apparently it was legal. So Cody Rhodes never lost a tag team belt, but also I was very weird.
Fun fact, there's 3 legacies in this matchup. As Jerry Lawler's kid represents Too Cool.
I see him. He's right there. You're right.
God
you can't forget Rikishi.
God damn it.
No, they're not included.
All right. So where are we going with this? I guess let Juice be the tiebreaker if necessary. Matt, do you want to start off?
I will.
Okay.
And I think it's in the name to make this a very easy vote. They're so cool. They're too cool. Legacy is boring, bland. Cody had to become Stardust just to get any type of pop. Too Cool had the dances. They had the worm. They had the legacy. They took the legacy from Legacy. When a match ended in Too Cool, the lights went down. People started partying. Too Cool. My vote.
All right.
I learned how to do the worm because of Scotty.
There it is. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here comes a boring argument for
no,
Legacy.
I 100% agree.
Oh, I also left out the guy went to jail because he's a crook.
I think I had to go with Too Cool also for the sole reason of my whatchamacallit, of my longevity argument, where Too Cool was such a long period of time of tag team wrestling, where Legacy, what was it, like a few months? Like Legacy wasn't, or maybe a year at max. Like Legacy wasn't a crazy long time.
Ted DiBiase Jr. has been in jail longer than this tag team lasted.
100%. So I think I'm going to go with Too Cool. I think they got lucky with the matchup and their ranking and their seeding.
All
but
I'm going to
going
say
too
is, if
cool.
you don't want them on your list, don't put them on your list.
You're right.
Hell yeah.
Right?
I thought
put them on your list.
I thought it was
clearly
clearly an
consider them
alternative list.
something.
My apologies.
But no, but I'm being serious here. Like, now this is a little fun sidebar. Like, okay, Edge, Christian, Hardy's, Dudley's, APA. Like, would you not put Too Cool at number 5 for the Attitude Era tag teams?
I guess, yeah.
Like, who would you really put in there?
That's fair. I still don't think they're
I think they have value.
a number 3 seed.
Yeah, we all consider them good enough. All right, either way,
Fair.
They're moving on. Too Cool.
All right, Too Cool. Clean sweep. Next matchup.
Oof.
The Miz and John Morrison, 3 title reigns, both former Tough Enough contestants. Morrison won in Season 3. Miz was a runner-up in Season 4. Juicebox's number 24 team versus Harlem Heat, 14 title reigns, record 10-time WCW Tag Team Champions. Obviously a record that will, never be broken. And they are my number 16 team. I'm going to start this one off. The Harlem Heat are WCW Tag Team Wrestling. There's no other way to say it. The longevity, the matches they had, the amount of times they won the belts, just a staple of tag team wrestling before they broke up in the late 90s in order to do the Booker T push. But even at that point, people were upset about Harlem Heat breaking up. They had such a great entrance, they had such a great look. Harlem Heat for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick Harlem Heat just based on the music.
I feel like that's
but they are the better tag team than whatever that is.
I believe they were called
6.
the Dirt Sheet at one point, but I think they were just always Miz and Morrison.
Not the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah. No, I don't think they were known as the Dirt Sheet. They had a little internet show they did called the Dirt Sheet. But yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really know Harlem Heat. I know of them, but I don't know their stuff. To speak to them, I know it doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, I like Miz and Morrison. I thought they both elevated each other really well. I like this pairing more than Eminem, which surprisingly did not make anybody's list. But
I'm not surprised by it. I really wasn't a big fan of Eminem. I think Morrison and Miz were better than Eminem for sure.
That's pretty much why I didn't put them on. I went with Miz and Morrison because I was like, I'm not going to put both teams on my list.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Harlem Heat moves on.
Same reason why I didn't put the Smoking Guns on, because we had Billy and Chuck and stuff like that. All right.
Oh boy.
Kane and Kane and X-Pac, 2 title reigns. Unfortunately, they broke up over Little Miss Tori, but this is Matt's number 19 seed rank, versus Rated RKO, 1 title reign. They were the first team to beat DX after they reformed after 2002, so the Triple H Shawn Michaels new edition, and they are Matt's number 28 ranked team. So we'll let Matt be the tiebreaker if we need. Juice, you don't seem too happy. Would you like me to start, or do you want to start?
And I'll start.
Okay.
Did we have Green Kane in our Tournament of Canes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we
Because I'm
did.
looking at him.
Yes.
Yep.
I purposely made sure I put Green Kane back.
Yeah. So I don't really like most thrown together random tag teams. I really hate the cutesy names when they're put on. I
I
don't.
was just saying, so
like
now we
it
have
also,
2 of them.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of all right, well, these both kind of stink.
What? These are 2
Yeah.
These are 2 of the better ones that were thrown together. What are you talking about?
It's not my thing. I just don't like it.
All right. So which one do you like? Did you like least? Or did you like more? Sorry.
Man, this fucking sucks. Give me Rated RKO. I like all 4 of these people individually,
man.
but I just don't like. Yeah, Rated RKO. You guys figure it out.
I got to go with Kane and X-Pac. I enjoyed their shtick more than I did RKO. RKO was specifically just to defeat DX, whereas Kane and X-Pac were an actual tag team and trying to be like that odd couple at the time. And I think I had more fun watching them. So I'm gonna go with Kane and X-Pac.
So Juice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a little callback here. I'm gonna do a little callback to one of your trivia questions in the past.
Uh-oh.
What were the first words Kane ever said on his talk, whatever thing, his microphone?
Say it, Juice.
I refuse.
Say it, Juice.
I refuse. Nah, you can.
Fuck
Or not.
it. Kane and X-Pac.
Kane and
Move it on.
X-Pac move on. I love it. All right, this is the next matchup I'm not looking forward to. I really like both these tag teams so goddamn much. This is an easy one for Juice, I know. But Sting and Luger deserve a lot of respect. Sting and Luger, number 17 ranked for me. Match of the year against Steiner Brothers in 91. They only had one title reign. They teamed up sporadically. Versus Red Dragons, 7 title reigns. Pro Wrestling Illustrators 2019 Tag Team of the Year. Juicebox is number 14 ranked. Now, knowing that I'm still going to choose the better tag team, Sting and Luger were a very big staple of WCW at the time. They teamed up a lot. They represented the WCW brand against Horsemen, against NWO, so on and so forth. Even after the breakup of them, because Sting became the Crow Sting, they still reformed for NWO Wolfpack. So Sting and Luger are a very big tag team. Before Darby Allin, there was no question who the number one partner for Sting was. It was Luger, no question. Now it's up for debate, but Sting and Luger were a very good tag team. I just want to put that out there.
So who's your vote for?
With that being said, I still got to vote for Red Dragon because they are the better tag team.
Yep, my vote's Red Dragon as well.
All right.
Yeah, same. Ditto.
Sweet. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our first half. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back with our second half coming up. All right, so please don't go anywhere. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our second half of the first round of the greatest tag team of all time. We just ended with Red Dragon beating Sting and Lex Luger, and now we are going to our right half of the bracket, starting with our number 1 seed versus number 16 seed of.
Oh, I thought you were going. Okay, I thought you were still
Well, yeah,
talking.
I need you. I need you to put up the match number 17.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the point that no one's used any vetoes yet, so we still have all of our vetoes intact if they want to be used. There you go.
Perfect.
Oh,
Hardy Boys versus Enzo
boom.
and
Hey.
Big Cass. Hardy Boys 22 title reigns, only team to hold the WWE/World Heavyweight World Tag Team, WCW, TNA, ROH, and then the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team titles specifically. Juicebox's number 5 ranked team versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass, 0 title reigns. They actually first met back playing pickup basketball in New York City. They are Matt's number 21 ranked team. Who wants to start this off?
let me start. Let me start.
You soft man.
I put this team 21 specifically because I knew neither of you would have them, and I needed them in here. I know their groundwork probably doesn't belong on here, but they were so horribly booked. This was one of my favorite tag teams of all time. If I was booking, they would probably have 35 titles. Probably no one title reign lasting 35 years. This team, they were magic. They were magic. They were one of my favorite. It was unbelievable. And it makes me sick that they were disrespected. And then Enzo got the fake rape charge and just everything went sideways.
Went crazy after that.
What this team could have been.
Well, they were already split by then too, which is the crazy part.
Mhm.
Enzo was already on 205 Live.
Yes, they split them before they even gave them a title reign. Oh,
I know. I'm with you, man. Like, even at the very least, NXT. How'd they not even get an NXT reign?
yeah.
Like, it's just crazy, man. They
were
honestly
one of the hottest
were
teams I've ever seen.
They were like the second coming of the New Age Outlaws with that
100%.
bit. Like, they had the crowd in the palm of their hand, man.
They were, it came up recently while we were thinking of teams, a video of them cutting a promo without a microphone, just the crowd doing it. I'm like, how much more over can you be? It's unbelievable.
They know every word.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it.
And you know what? I'm gonna do the Juice. I'm gonna do the Juice. What he did to Undertaker. Oh, the end of his career sucked. End of the Hardy Boys' career sucked. I'm picking Enzo Amore and Big Cass.
The end of the Hardy Boys' career
16-1
does suck. It does suck.
Hey, how do we not know we're probably in the bottom of the third with the Hardys? How do we know they're at the end? It's still going. This could be the middle of their career.
It's so scary.
It can get worse.
That's so scary.
And I say all that, and I love the Hardys growing up.
Yeah.
Juice, what are you feeling?
I'm Hardy Boys. After all that, I mean, yeah, Enzo and Cass are just what could have been. Like, it's great they get their love, but Hardys.
It is unfortunate. I mean, even if they had one title reign, I could have found a reason to vote for them over the Hardys, just like any significant title reign. But them just being screwed left and right, being called up way before, like, not too soon, but before they could win the NXT tag team titles, them being called up, not winning the tag team titles after 2 or 3 like very good opportunities to give it to them. It's not like they had like the Usos in the middle of their historic reign or anything. Like, they had a lot of time no name champions. I think the Vaudevillains were champions at one point. Like, give the goddamn belt to Enzo and Cass. It is what it is. Hardy Boys, making it through.
I was gonna say this is like one of the 3 teams in the field that have no title reigns.
Yep.
And like, give
and
them
all
their love,
3 of them are still strong teams. Like, I like them, but they just weren't gonna make it. Yeah. All right, next
didn't
matchup.
go far in this. That's me.
We have the Natural Disasters, Earthquake and Typhoon. 1 WWF title reign, only defended against 1 non-jobber opponent, which were the Beverly Brothers. So their title reign was one of the weakest title reigns I think I've ever read. And they are facing the Shield, the exact opposite, 1 title reign, but very strong title reign. They were the PWI 2013 Tag Team of the Year. Both of Matt's teams. Natural Disasters ranked 35, Shield ranked 20.
Shall I start off for my two guys here? My four guys.
If you'd like.
If you'd like, yeah. Sell them.
Um, I'm gonna start with natural disasters for people that didn't watch back then. Juice.
Please educate.
So the natural disasters was when they brought together Heel Earthquake and Babyface Tugboat and turned them into Typhoon. Two big boys jumping around, causing damage. It was like a natural disaster every time they took the ring.
Bro,
as a child,
I understand.
Was there a finisher like both of them just hopping around? Because I remember that was Earthquake who would hop around and then jump on him. Did Typhoon also do something similar to that when they tag team though?
I believe Typhoon did like a splash in the corner.
Right. Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly.
They were just so large. I was so scared every time I saw them in the ring.
So as a kid though, they were like
terrifying.
The main guys you had to go through. They didn't really win. They were always jobbing for the most part. But like the Rockers had to get through them, Legion of Doom, all of
them. It's kind of like Butcher and the Blade.
I was just thinking Butcher and the Blade. Yeah. I was just thinking Butcher and the Blade.
That's a good. Yeah. So like it's tough that they're taking on the Shield because we know what Reigns and Rollins did after, but were they the better tag team?
It's about the tag team.
Tag teams.
So what's your vote, Matt?
All right.
I have to stick with my rankings.
Going with the Shield.
Yeah.
Well, you convinced me. I'm going natural disasters. I seen a little bit of Earthquake and Typhoon like individually and together. I think it's a nice tag team name. It makes sense. It's a whole gimmick. I mean, the Shield, it's a group of three. Yeah, they won the two. It's about what they did after. But as a tag team, So give me natural disasters.
I 100% agree with you. I'm going natural disasters as well.
Wow.
I think the Shield was always about the trio. When I think of the Shield, I never really think about Rollins and Reigns as a tag team. I know they won Tag Team of the Year. That really did surprise me when I saw that. That's why I put it on there.
Didn't Ambrose and Reigns? Didn't Ambrose and Rollins win them like twice? They probably won them more than these two.
Probably.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I think natural disasters were a big staple of tag team wrestling in the '80s, also, and longevity too. They were together a lot longer. They just made more of an impact, I think. So I'm going natural disasters.
Ambrose doesn't exist anymore.
What did you say?
I still see him there in the picture. He's in the corner, kind of hanging.
Yeah. Ambrose is. Yeah, I had to cut him out.
All right.
Next one, we have our second rendition of the New Day, Matt's rendition, which is Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. I just kept the same stat because I couldn't really find individuals for each tag team. So once again, Rolling Stone Wrestlers of the Year 2015. I'm sorry. And they're facing LAX, specifically the Homicide and Hernandez version, so the first version. They became the OGs to battle the new LAX in 2018. That would be Eddie Kingston's version of the LAX. And they are my number 36th ranked team. So I'll start this one off. You guys have started with the last few. I don't know. I know you haven't really seen a lot of them in TNA, Matt, but LAX is a fun tag team to watch. When you talk about like how to use the big small dynamic, especially when the big man moves like a small man, they were very exciting to watch. They had so many great matches. The original version, especially Homicide and Hernandez, like they kind of got me hooked to watching them battle Motor City Machine Guns, watching them battle a lot of those early tag teams. Like they had some bangers. Whereas Kingston and Woods, I really like. I know they're the most title reigns out of all the renditions. If it wasn't for this Big E getting hurt, I really don't think they would be like the main tag team. So I think they were just because of what was left over. So I'm going with LAX.
Matt, you want to go?
It's just tough for me because I have no TNA knowledge.
You have no idea. I know, man. It sucks.
Like that guy looks scary. Is he foaming from the mouth?
No, that's a mask
No.
on. He has a bandana with a skull on it.
Oh, I see it now.
Homicide has shown up a handful of times in AEW to help Eddie.
Yeah, you got to go New Day, man. You don't know LAX. I get
If I'm being honest, I can't stand Xavier Woods either.
Yeah, that's basically been me ever since he like became like a video game content creator. His whole like his attitude just became that, and I just don't. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I forget. Did we pass New Day off already? Did they move on?
No, they didn't.
No,
The
they
first
did
Super
not.
Edition.
Oh, they're out.
No,
all
they
right,
didn't.
let's
move
knock
on.
them out again, Lax.
They lost to Demolition.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm voting Lax.
Juice, were
This
you
is
going to go Lax
ridiculous.
anyway? What were you thinking? Since you
No, I was
hated
gonna go
Xavier
New
Woods?
Day. This is ridiculous. I did not like this. All right.
Next matchup.
Knock out all the New Day
This
in the
is an old school matchup. The Steiner brothers, 16 title wins. Surprisingly, their only 2 WWF title wins came at house shows, not even on TV, no pay-per-views. They're my number 3rd ranked team versus the Brainbusters, 3 title reigns. They never lost on WWF or NWA pay-per-views, and they are Juicebox's number 25 ranked team.
Arn and Tully, baby.
Arn and Tully. So what do we... I mean, I'm just saying, plain and simple, when you think of tag team wrestling, Steiner brothers are a huge staple back in the 80s and 90s. Like, they were tag team wrestling in WWF. They were tag team wrestling in WCW. They put on a lot of great matches. I don't know how you vote against the Steiner brothers personally. At least the first round.
I cannot stand the Steiners. I am voting for the Brainbusters. I don't like Scott or Rick. Never have, never will. Brainbusters.
So, I love the Steiner brothers growing up. Big fan. But, funny story. Not really story. But, like, I didn't follow WCW at all as a kid. So when the Steiner brothers left WWE, and then later people were trying to tell me that Big Papa Pump was like the same guy as the long-haired guy, I'm like, no, that's like I needed to be convinced that was the same person. That's how
You're lying.
so different looking he got.
It's crazy how different looking he got.
If I'm just based off of what I know, the Steiner brothers is my pick. I was a big fan of them growing up.
All right, Steiner brothers moving on. Next matchup, 21. This is another bad matchup for the New Day, bro. The Rock and Sock Connection, arguably one of the most popular tag teams in the 90s, 3 title reigns. Both won their first WWF championship off each other. Interesting fact there. Match number 6 rank versus my version of the New Day, which is Big E and Xavier Woods, and they're my number 14 ranked. And I'll just say,
I need to know in all honesty why you went with that pairing.
I have no idea. I honestly, when I think of a New Day tag team, I for some reason think of Big E and Xavier Woods. I have no idea why. The least title reigns of all 3 of them, I see that, but I for some reason always just, when I think of tag team matches, saw them in the ring together. I don't know why.
All right. I was legit curious because like the other 2 I can at least like make sense in my head. That one I was like, really? Like I've never. Okay.
With that said, I'm going with Rock and Sock Connection. I mean, they were just a great act. 3 title reigns. I forgot that they had multiples. I know they weren't all long, but they still had multiple title reigns. And, big part of the 90s tag team scene. So I'm going to go with Rock and Sock Connection. Sorry, New Day.
Matt?
I mean, I feel bad knocking the New Day out. All of them. There's like Mick Foley in the Royal Rumble coming in and not thrown out, coming in and thrown out. Rock and Sock.
Okay. Yep. I was I hate this matchup. So because granted my vote doesn't really matter at this point, but I'd be damned if we were gonna let that combination of New Day through. Um, but that wasn't gonna happen. But then on the other side of it, like if there was one thrown together tag team that can get away with it and get through, it's Rock and Sock.
That's so
But
funny.
my problem with Rock and Sock is that unfortunately they were so good. WWE's been chasing that template for decades, and I hate it. So that's the only reason I knock them, but it's not their fault. That's the system. But Rock and Sock.
That's bad funny. All right. And with that, the New Day, not once, not twice, but 3 times get knocked out of the greatest tag team of all time tournament.
Ridiculous. I do not agree with 2 of the 3 at all. That is a joke.
Demolition, LAX, I was surprised. I'm not going to lie. I was surprised. But Demolition,
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. Demolition
Yeah, hand up. I remembered how much I hate Xavier Woods, and I saw red.
This is the Dominic
Couldn't have
Mysterio
gotten
all over
You
again.
could have gotten him here, Matt. Could have gotten him here.
Yeah.
Fair
If
enough.
this came first. If this came first.
If this came first.
Moving on.
All right, number 22. Oh, this is hilarious. This is a great matchup. Very hard matchup. World's Greatest Tag Team, 4 title reigns, 2003 Pro Wrestling Illustrated Tag Team of the Year, my number 26 ranked team, versus the American Wolves, 10 title reigns, again, like we said before, tied with the most TNA Tag Team title reigns in history with Beer Money, and Juicebox's number 11 rank. Juice, you want to start this one
Yeah,
off?
Matt, I feel bad for you that you don't know much about the
Yeah.
Wolves, but they were another tag team that pretty much took over, all the independents, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan for a few years. They didn't last as long, so they did a lot really quick for a few years. Then I think Davey Richards, the one on the left, he went off to go to become a EMT paramedic. And that was kind of the end of him wrestling. Eddie Edwards on the right is still wrestling, but when they were together as a tag team, that's when they kind of both blew up and became what they were. They're awesome, great tag team, great matches with the Briscoes, with Owens and Zayn, even Red Dragon, all of them. Great
I was
tag
to say,
team.
even the Hardys.
Even World's Greatest Tag Team, I think.
Yeah,
But-
World's Greatest Tag Team. The Hardys, too. When Hardys came to TNA, they had, I remember, was that you I went to the house show with in Hammerstein where Kurt Angle, they did like, no, that was Stan. That was Stan I went with. But they did
Yeah,
like
I don't think that was me.
6 shows or something for like 3 hours. They just taped a whole bunch of stuff, and the American Wolves had like 3 different matches because they were taping a bunch of weeks. It was nuts, man. They were so good. They were great to watch.
Yeah,
So is your vote?
and I love. Yeah, my vote's for the Wolves. I like the World's Greatest Tag Team when they were doing the Team Angle stuff and they were rolling with him. They were good for a while, but then Charlie Haas kind of fell off, and then that was just kind of it. So like different, kind of the same stories with one person falling off, but at least Davey went to like change careers, whereas Haas, I feel like kind of just took a turn. But
Jackie
yeah, it's
Gator's
my vote's
fault,
Wolves.
I think.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, I'm also going to go with the Wolves based on longevity. I believe they were together longer than World's Greatest. Also, title
Probably.
reigns, everything. I think the Wolves' overall shtick was better. They had a better character. Theirs wasn't based on Kurt Angle, where World's Greatest Tag Team at first, I think, was really based on Angle. So I'm going to go with the Wolves.
That's right. Take it out of Matt's hands. Next matchup. No.
Were you going to go with the Wolves, or were you going to go with World's Greatest, just out of curiosity?
The Wolves.
All right.
We sold them.
I think we did. All right, matchup
I'll give
number
you a DVD.
23. We're almost done. We're making great time, by the way. Ooh,
Let's go.
this is a matchup that I'm very sad about. 2 very fan favorite teams. D-Generation X. Yes, I had to put it. 2 title reigns. Worst Angle of the Year winner in 2018 versus the Brothers of Destruction. I believe that was PWI. I forgot which publication put that. And that's my
Was
number.
was that the Saudi match?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was my number 11 ranked team versus Best Friends, no title reigns. They joined the KS stable in New Japan Wrestling in 2017, and their Juicebox's number 23 ranked team. Best Friends also no longer best friends. I think that's an automatic reason they should be out. Sorry. Just
Because no other tag team has broken up before on this list.
especially not the ones they're playing. Ever.
So, fun fact: this is one of 2 tag teams that only Matt and myself have on our list.
Best friends?
Yeah, we didn't. Matt and I didn't have a lot of crossover, but this was Best Friends were one of the 2 tag teams that Matt and I both had on our list, and you did not, Danny.
Yeah, I as much as I like the Best Friends, when I think of greatest tag team of all time, I think you got to win a championship.
Don't tell Enzo that.
That's right.
There's only one exception, and that'll come up later. I'll explain why I put them on my list. But I think I put them on my list.
Oh,
so
when it worked for Danny.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm still probably not going to vote for them
narrative.
in the matchup. Anyway, so yeah, Best Friends versus DX. I'm going to go with DX, 2 title reigns, and my favorite wrestler of all time is on that tag team. So I'm going to go with DX.
Juice,
I'm gonna go with Best Friends. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Best Friends because fuck Triple H.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
So I have to go DX, similar to the Outsiders reasoning I had. I feel like their influence to today's wrestling was very strong.
All right. Matchup number 24. The Usos, 9 title
Wow.
reigns, including the longest tag team title reign in WWE history at 622 days, my number 12 ranked team, versus the Alpha Academy, 1 title reign. Both were actually part of the Olympic training team back in 2010. That's where they first met. And they're Juicebox's number 29 ranked team.
I just want to say I absolutely love the Alpha Academy, mainly because it's the best of both worlds from 2 mid tag teams made one amazing tag team. Like Otis and Tucker. Tucker sucked. Gable and Jordan. Sorry, I did not like Jordan at all. And you took Gable and Otis and you got them together, and just it's like best of both worlds. I love the tag team. Do I see them winning here going far? I don't, but I do like them a lot. But yeah, my vote's gonna go for the Usos.
Matt?
I don't want to vote for the Usos.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to, and you have a veto. Depending how this goes, everyone's still got a veto.
They will forever be the slapping, colorful guys to me, yelling in tongues.
Jesus Christ.
That's what the Usos are when I think of them. And
We can't forget the classic Mania match.
And mid-card J.
Jesus.
All right. Well,
So who are you voting
can't
for?
hold that against the tag team.
My vote is for the Usos.
God damn
The
it,
most
Matt.
begrudging number 2 to move on. I've
All
ever
right,
seen.
Usos moving on. I do love the Alpha
Andy,
Academy.
who's your
though.
vote for?
I agree with you. Usos as well. Clean sweep. Next tag team. Anyone want to veto that? All right.
Holy moly.
We have my number
Yeah. Okay.
one-
Yeah. Okay. Do you see the bias? Do you see
I
this,
love
Matt?
I love him.
This is what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's like 15 lines.
It's crazy how many
That's-
Hall of Fames they were in. What do you want me to tell you? I've never seen so many.
Oh, you
so
couldn't
many
look
Hall
up
of
stats
Fames.
longer for other people? Everywhere, 2 words.
That's not true. Some other
First
people
angle, all
had at
time.
least a lot of people had 2 lines. I don't think anyone had 3
I'm just
lines.
saying, it's long. It's long compared to the rest.
No one's in that many Hall of Fames though. Out of fairness.
You heard me go, oh man, when we flipped, right?
Yeah.
It was the lines. I felt like I was reading
Yeah.
a book or something.
Yeah.
So we have the Road Warriors or the Legion of Doom, depending on how you know them. 18 title reigns. They are in 7 Hall of Fames, which is the book that you see there. They're my number 1 ranked team, also Matt's number 1 ranked team, and they were facing Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. 1 title reign, again part of that SmackDown 6. They were the first WWE Tag Team Champions, not World Champions, just the Tag Team Champions, and they're my ranked 34 team. So I will let you 2 start off, and I'll be the tiebreaker if needed.
No, Danny, why don't you give us the case on both of them?
I'm gonna go with the Legion of Doom. They are 18 title reigns compared to 1, longer together, I would say, by over 20 years compared to the other. 7 Hall of
Interesting.
Fames compared to their
How many
2,
homicides?
I think. What'd you say?
How many triple homicides?
How many triple? No, 0. 0 triple homicides.
Okay, so Team Angle got them there.
He's right.
What are you deleting? Or
I think
I was fixing. He missed a U.
Yeah.
oh, I thought you were just deleting them from the history book.
He's like, I'm tired of these. Can we not write that, please? All right, I am voting for the Legion of Doom. Who are you guys voting for?
I will take the Legion of Doom.
Thank you.
I will take Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit.
Big surprise.
Wow.
Let's move on, please.
He's just mad about the book, I think.
No, I'm not.
No,
I didn't know what else to put.
No, I'm not. Just you sold me on the homicide thing. They don't have any, as far as we know. That's a stat.
As far as
Same
we know.
numbers.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Although who knows what Hawk's body count is.
Jesus. Moving on. Matchup number 26. We have
Speaking of body counts,
Los Guerreros, 2 title reigns. Wrestling Observer's Tag Team of the Year in 2002. My ranked 35 team, the last of the SmackDown 6 versus Team Hell No, 1 title reign. Famous quote, I am the tag team champions. And Matt's number 15. That's enough. Matt's number. This is why we can't give Juice control. Matt's number 15 ranked team. You guys can start off this one. What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking Team Hell No is a better version of Kane and X-Pac. I'm thinking Team Hell No was magic when they were together. It lasted. It wasn't a long reign. It wasn't a long time together, but what they did together, chef's kiss. Los Guerreros, whatever. Team Hell No. My vote.
so surprise, I hated Team Hell No. Yeah, it didn't like it at all for either of them. Anything about it? What?
You didn't like Dr. Shelby?
No. So give me Los Guerreros.
All right. I'm also going to go with Los Guerreros. I believe they are the better tag team, and I enjoy pretty much anything Eddie Guerrero did. Los Guerreros. Next matchup. Matchup 27.
Even the steroids, Danny?
Even the steroids.
Hey, kid.
Boy.
Whoa! Another book.
We have...
Oh, wow. Shawn Michaels. What a surprise.
This was... All right, relax. The Rockers, 5 title reigns, never won the WWE Tag Team titles, even though they technically beat the Hart Foundation for the Tag Team titles, and then defended them at the next house show. You're a piece of shit. At the next house show. All right, they're Matt's number 5 ranked team. They're Matt's team also. I like how you say me. They're Matt's team. And they're facing
the lines.
the Kings of Wrestling, 6 title reigns, Wrestling Observer's Tag Team of the Year in 2010, Juicebox's number 18 ranked team. I will start this one off. I am going to go with the Kings of Wrestling for the same reason that I didn't pick the Hart Foundation. I don't think the Rockers tag team was the main part of history. I think what happened after the tag team, even for Mark Jannetty's claim to fame, so to speak, is his downfall after the fucking tag team. It's not even the tag team itself, which is sad. But the tag team, I don't think, was the greatest in history at all when you compare it to even the Kings of Wrestling, who I don't know much about them, but even in the little bit of research, they were a badass team, and they did really well in the indie scene. They just, no one knows about them because they were in the indie scene, technically. So I'm going to go with the Kings of Wrestling here.
Yeah, and Matt, just in case you don't see the picture, Kings of Wrestling was Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero. They wrestled in Ring of Honor. They never really hit any TV, as far as I recall. So it was really just Ring of Honor and then like other independents. But again, another one of those teams that just was sweeping all the companies, all the gold, and just owning it. So yeah, my vote's for Kings of Wrestling as well, though. Sorry to the Rockers.
Interesting.
Unless.
Unless.
So, I need to say something real quick.
Vito.
Please.
The Rockers, they were the absolute best tag team for me when I was a kid. They were number one. The only reason I didn't rank them number one is because I was trying to be, I don't know, not fair. I was trying to do it real because, like, I know they didn't have many reigns, didn't have the longest run together. But the Rockers are what tag team wrestling. It was the Rockers that did it all for me. They got me into wrestling. Vito Rockers. The Rockers move on.
First... Sorry, you broke up there, Matt. I couldn't really hear you. What you said? Oh, you said what a shame? Okay.
That is a veto.
First
veto of the tournament used. Kings of Wrestling. You almost had it. See you later. The Rockers and the book make it through to round 2. We'll be reading something else maybe next round.
I mean, Matt, six title reigns is more than 5, but okay. All right, next match.
I did my math wrong. Sorry.
Math.
Okay.
Next matchup, we have Motor City Machine Guns, 10 title reigns. They were not allowed to lose to the Kings of Wrestling and ROH, which is very interesting because the TNA didn't want them to look weak. They're Juicebox's number 2 team. First is SCU, which is the Daniels Kazarian version. 4 title reigns, Wrestling Observer's Tag Team of the Year in 2012, and Juicebox's number 15 rank. So Juice versus Juice here.
Yeah, and SCU, I mean, like Daniels and Kazarian, they've been a tag team for ages. Like even before that, they were known as Bad Influence. They had all these different names in TNA, other companies. So they've been doing this for a while, those two. But as much as I love that pairing, I mean, Motor City Machine Guns, you can't go wrong. I mean, they were, Beer Money was there, but the Guns are the defining TNA tag team of all time, in my opinion. And like, when you can break up, like it's one thing to be a strong tag team, break up, have your strong singles runs, come back together and keep that strong tag run going. That's important to me. That's the kind of stuff that I look for in a really strong tag team, to be defined by both your singles and your tag team ability, not rely on the other one too much. So it's a weird line because I know that kind of sounds like a thrown together tag team as well, but it's a little different.
How much
either
Juice
way,
hates those.
Yeah. Some can work. Some can. Most suck.
Wait till the next matchup.
All right. Either way, give me the Guns.
Whoa, hey. Family show. Kind of.
Guns.
So, I will also be picking Motor City Machine Guns as much as I love SCU. Motor City Machine Guns are one of the greatest tag teams, so I got to go with them.
Guns up.
No. All right.
Kill shot.
You're going to want to kill shot yourself with this next matchup, Juice, because we have 2 thrown together tag teams with the Brothers of Destruction versus Steve Austin and Dude Love. Brothers of Destruction, 3 title reigns. They have the worst worked match of the year in 2001 versus Chronic. Match number 17. That was during the Invasion angle. And then we have match number 12 team, Austin and Dude Love, 1 title reign. They had to vacate this because not many people remember that even though Austin vacated the IC belt when he broke his neck, he was also the tag team champion at the time with Dude Love and had to vacate the tag team championships as well for that broken neck. So, Juice, what are you thinking? Oh, and in case you didn't know, Kane and Undertaker are not actually brothers.
Yes, okay, they are.
No.
They are brothers.
No.
It's not a thrown together tag team. They are related.
They are not.
That is why they were a tag team. The Brothers of Destruction.
They are, as WWE made very clear this past WrestleMania, they are not brothers.
Yeah, all right, you can live in your Triple H.
And they were also,
I'm gonna go with the Brothers of Destruction.
When they were originally put together, they were thrown together because, let's be honest, their whole first 4 years were just fighting each other, or 2 years were just fighting each other. and then they just got thrown together.
I will not stand. I will not stand for this erasure. All right, this was years of build-up, and they finally reunited and helped each other, and it was a moment of thunder and lightning and fire.
You have to be originally united to reunite.
They were when they were fucking Kane and Taker.
Whoa,
I'm done.
They weren't fucking. That's incest if they were family. Then that's weird, bro. I think I just broke juice. All right, Matt, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with the brothers.
I figured
They're
you were
related.
sticking with it. All right, brothers section, make it
Brothers.
on through. I would not dare veto that and kill Juice's brain. Next matchup.
Not the good brothers either.
Not
Are the
the-
good brothers brothers?
No, but they don't
No.
claim to be.
Are the Lucha brothers?
Speaking of brothers,
Here are some real brothers. We got the Lucha Brothers with 12 title reigns, longest tag team title reign in AAA history at 853 days. No one's touching that. Juicebox's number 12 rank versus my number 19 rank, the PWI Tag Team of the Year, Paul London and Brian Kendrick in 2007. I'll start off. As much as I loved London and Kendrick, the Lucha Brothers are a great tag team. They're still killing it now. They're together longer, and I think they meshed together better. Even though London and Kendrick had a great chemistry, they just weren't given the opportunity to really be like the tag team like they could have been, and they should have been really. So I'm gonna go with Lucha Brothers.
Matt, any thoughts?
My only thoughts would be how much I've come to love the Lucha Brothers the more I watch them. I know you're not a Lucha guy, Juice, but I feel like these guys are the exception. I think what they do in the ring is outstanding, and it's a shame Ray keeps getting hurt because I feel like they would have gotten so much further in AEW. I feel like a lot of their momentum kept getting stopped because of injuries. Lucha Brothers is my pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you're right. They are one of the few exceptions. They're on my short list. And in my mind, there is only one Ray in Luchador, in Lucha Libre Wrestling, and that is Ray Phoenix.
That is offensive, sir.
The one that killed the guy?
I would not stand for that kind of ridiculous
Yeah, I don't
stuff.
support murderers.
Don't make
so
me
give
veto just to piss you off, all right? How dare you?
You voted for the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, I'll
Lucha
change.
Bros.
I'll change it right now. All right, you're just salty because of the next matchup. Because when you talk about thrown together tag teams, here are two thrown together tag teams. We got Jericho, 2 title reigns, 2009 Slamming Tag Team of the Year, Matt's number 13 rank, versus Matt's number 4 rank, the Mega Powers, no title reigns, and the demise led to a WrestleMania 5 main event between the both of them.
This might be the worst matchup of the whole tournament.
This is the worst matchup of the whole tournament.
It might be. I refuse to vote first or second.
Now, all right, Matt, what are you voting for?
I'm going to vote for the Mega Powers.
You're going to vote for the Mega Powers? I'm going to vote for the 2 title reigns of Jericho.
Juice has to pick either the learning tree or
Juice is going to pick the learning tree with the original Redwood or Hulk Hogan. That's it, just Hulk Hogan.
I veto both. The other team gets a bye.
What is this, 1990 WWF?
King of the Ring?
King of the Ring or something?
Oh, God. All right, who are you picking? Who's your...
Give me Jericho.
Jericho, he went with the numbers.
Mega Powers was strictly like a storyline based
For sure.
ride with them. Yeah, that its thing, its merits, but at least Jericho, that's when Jericho was doing his like hotter heel act with the suit and the clenched like the lips and the HBK stuff. So give me Jericho.
All right.
Plus they had 2 titles at least.
I agree, yeah. Gotta go with the numbers. And the last matchup of the first round of the greatest tag team of all time, we have Edge and Christian. 5-second pose.
Talk about thrown together.
Missed the 5-second pose. They are back-to-back
Brothers.
PWI Match of the year 2000 and 2001. Both of them were against the Dudleys and the Hardys, WrestleMania 2000 and WrestleMania 17. Juicebox's number 3 team, also not brothers, versus Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. 1 title reign. They won their only title 5 matches into their tag team unity, whatever you want to call it, and their Juicebox's number 22 rank. So we'll let Juicebox.
By the way,
go ahead.
Before we dive in, we missed it before. This is as good a time as any to give a shout out to our friend of the show, Gangrel, for appearing at Double or Nothing and helping Adam Copeland defeat Malachi Black.
Thank you,
Gangrel. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're resting up. I know it was a long week for you. Much love. Try to get that out there, Gangrel. I knew you'd come through. Well done.
All right.
All right. So what were you saying? You want me first or last?
Whatever you'd like.
Sure. I'm gonna go Edge and Christian. I like Daniels and Sydal. They had their good run and all that when they did, but Edge and Christian wins here.
I agree.
I'm also gonna go Edge and Christian. I think it's pretty obvious, so that moves on. You know what's weird? I'm looking at the second round. Man, I think the second round's gonna be easier for us to pick. As of
look, Danny, that's cheating.
What? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our first round of the greatest tag team of all time. We hope you guys enjoy it. Next week, we will be doing rounds 2, 3, and 4 and crowning our greatest tag team of all time. So please join us. Same time, same place. I don't know if we'll be here or in person, but we'll be on your screens. Have a great week, everybody.
Peace out, and I gotta do the intro next time. Go Rangers, let's go!
Doubt it. Doubt it, doubt it.
We doubt it.
I'm going to see if I can press the button here because my producer's not here. Let's see here. I'm going to press something. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Bam. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work. John? Need ya.
24-hour stream.
24-hour stream we stay on. I think I gotta play the music at some point. Ladies and gentlemen, you're behind the scenes. I have no idea how to sign us off because the producer usually does. So we are just trying to kill some dead air as he comes in to finally sign us off. Goodbye, oh, there he is. He's never on screen.
Play music.
And then what button?
Sign off.
What button?